Now, I wrote this speech. It's called The Art of Losing Leverage: How Trump's Panic Gave China the Upper Hand. My fellow thinkers, truth seekers, and everyday Americans, there are moments in history when a nation doesn't lose by force, but by flinching at its own reflection. By launching a war it didn't understand, and then panicking when the battlefield began to tilt. What we're witnessing right now isn't just a tariff war. It's a test of strategic patience, global perception, and economic maturity. And sadly, we are failing. Donald Trump, with his unusual bravado, stepped into this economic arena swinging tariffs like hammers, 25% on Mexico, Canada, Asia, Europe, throwing punches at allies and adversaries alike, without a clear strategy, without a coalition, and without a care of consequences. He claimed he had all the leverage, but then something happened. The bond market, a silent but all-seeing judge, started shaking. Interest rates inched up. Investors got spooked, and Trump blinked. He flinched. Not because China retaliated, not because the people rose up, but because the invisible hand of the market tapped him on the shoulder and whispered, "You're not in control." And that's when China saw it. They didn't need to fire a shot. They just needed to wait and watch. Let me walk you through 5 steps that China can now take to flip this entire economic war into their victory without ever appearing to be the aggressor. Step 1, reframe it as risk management. China doesn't need to retaliate with rage. They only need to say, "We are concerned about America's instability. As responsible investors, we're diversifying to protect our global financial system." They can sell U.S. debt slowly, whisper caution to global markets, and do it all while looking like the mature adult in the room. No war, just wisdom, something Trump doesn't have. And every small sale will rattle our bond market further, because now the world has seen how fragile our confidence is. Trump flinched once. They know he'll flinch again. Step 2, build a global sympathy coalition. China can now go to the EU, to Brazil, to Africa, to Southeast Asia, and say, if the US only had an issue with us, why did they destabilize the entire global economy? They'll paint Trump as the economic bully, the loose cannon who attacked friends and foes alike. They'll turn American unpredictability into global uncertainty and offer themselves as the voice of stability. This isn't war. This is reputation jujitsu. Step 3, make subtle moves that cause major reactions. Instead of a dramatic bond sell-off, China can make micro moves. Skip a treasury auction here, shift reserves there, but these whispers will be loud enough for Wall Street to hear. Because now the world knows. If China even appears to be losing confidence in us, our markets tremble. And that knowledge alone is power. Power they didn't have to steal. Donald Trump just handed it to them. Step 4, use Trump's own words as justification. Every time Trump says something reckless about defaulting on debt or punishing allies or weaponizing the dollar, China doesn't need to argue. They have been hella silent, haven't they? They just need to quote him. They can say, "We are merely responding to a volatile American presidency that has made the financial system a weapon of intimidation." And with that, China walks into the room with a white glove and says, "We don't want to do this, but how can we not?" Step 5, offer the off-ramp on their terms. Finally, as panic builds, they can extend a diplomatic hand. We are open to buying U.S. bonds again. We are open to stabilizing markets, but we must first see responsible behavior from Washington. Translation: submit, negotiate, back down. And after flinching once, Trump might just do it again. This is how America is losing a war we never needed to start. Not through tanks or missiles, but through ego, isolationism, and the illusion of dominance. We didn't unite our allies. We didn't define our goals. And now, we're staring down a nation that's playing a much longer, quieter, and more strategic game. Trump may have thought tariffs were leverage, but leverage, my friends, isn't about force. It's about pressure without movement. And right now, China holds the pressure. We're the ones moving. We can still fix this, but only if we start acting like grown-ups in the room again, with clear goals, honest diplomacy, and respect for the system we built. Because if we don't, we won't just lose this battle, we'll lose the trust of the world. And once that's gone, no amount of tariffs will ever buy it back. I'm done.